read that guy striking the ball. I tend to like you to play the ball. Try to read the flight of the ball and get to it as best you can. When a player hits a perfect penalty, you're just not going to save it, no matter if you guess or not. With these tired legs, I think he might be able to pick one off and just be patient and read that shot off his foot and get to that ball.
Ali Hassan will be the first shooter for Fort Lauderdale.
Again, the fresher legs likely put it away.
And he does.
And I mean, Matt Van Oekel didn't guess. He just kind of waited, saw the shot, and went for it. But Ali Hassan caught the side netting with the inside of the left foot and just got in that space.
The first shooter for Minnesota United will be number 22, Kevin Venegas.
You know, good accuracy. Hits that far post area, or the inside that post area, and with good pace too.
And a save by Chantalkowski.
Chantalkowski read it well, Chris. He just held his line. Venegas strikes it, and Chantalkowski just held his line and just went to the ball and just blocked it. Just didn't catch a corner.
Up next for Fort Lauderdale, number 20, Mark Anderson.
Okay, now it's Matt Van Oekel has to make a save somewhere along the way for Minnesota to get back in this game.
And Anderson puts it home.
And Van Oekel's reading it, but again, the pace and accuracy of the balls by Fort Lauderdale, no chance for him to handle that, get that one. Two terrific penalties by Fort Lauderdale. And right foot just, boom, with power. See the ripple of the back netting. Power and accuracy. Van Oekel reads the ball, he goes to it, but just, again, he went down a little too quick, though. You like to see him go up toward that ball more. That's when Chantalkowski went down, he actually went up and was able to block Venegas' shot.
Thiago Galvano, the next shooter for United. And he slots it in the lower right corner.
Chantalkowski's upset. He could have had that one, but it was so accurate, just inside that post. Very important goal for Minnesota. Keeps them in the hunt. Just down one goal yet. Just well placed, just accurate, just inside the post. Very difficult for the keeper to get to.
Next shooter for Fort Lauderdale, number 11, Fafa Pakal.
That is a big goal to defend for the goalkeepers, Chris, especially when that ball is struck well.
And Pakal scores.
Yeah, see, Matt went the wrong way on that one. And what happens when you give up two like he did early on with two great shots? Pakal does kind of El Centro right down the middle. And Matt holds his line and judges the ball. He's got a good chance again. Now, Pakal saw him going down. And sometimes you have to read your shooters. If your shooter is a skilled player who has his eye up, see what you're going to do, you just want to hold your spot until he plays it.
Miguel Ibarra, shooter number 3 for United. And he puts it away.
Well placed. And Minnesota's in the hunt, but it's up to either Van Oekel to make a save or Fort Lauderdale to miss one for Minnesota to get back in this game. Well placed by Ibarra. Catch the side netting. Just good concentration, good composure. And there, the snap of the leg, right from the knee. Boom. Snaps that foot, hits that ball with pace. 3-2.
Shooter number 4 for Fort Lauderdale, number 9. Martin Nunez.
I'm sure. I think it's what, 3-3 or no?
3-2.
3-2. That's right.
Nunez, the goal scorer for Fort Lauderdale in extra time of the second half to put us here, be a part of putting us here. And he scores.
Wonderful goal again. No chance for Matt Van Oekel again. He didn't do El Centro, he did upper corner. Steps, power. So I'd like to see Matt explode up toward the ball. He's kind of just, even though you can't get to it, try to get to that spot where the ball is. So this is shooting number 4, right, Chris?
Shooter number 4 for Minnesota.
So Minnesota has to make this to keep in the game.
Giuliano Vicencini. And a good finish from the Brazilian.
Good pace and tempo. John Kovalevsky just doesn't read that one well at all. Again, the high ones sometimes cause goalkeepers trouble. They sort of lean and then kind of dive to the ground instead of taking a step and explode in the air toward the ball.
Shooter number 5 for Fort Lauderdale, Jennison Brito. If Brito scores, Fort Lauderdale goes on to play for the soccer bowl.
Matt needs a big save on this one.
And he hit the post! New life for United!
That's a lot of pressure for the shooters. More pressure for the goalkeepers. Big pressure for the shooters. And again, you see, gets a spot, tries to beat Van Oekel. Doesn't quite.
As all goalkeepers know, the post and the crossbar can be your friend or your enemy. There, it was Matt Van Oekel's friend.
That's right.
5th shooter for Minnesota, number 9, Pablo Campos. John Kovalevsky got a piece of it, but Campos ties it at 4.
So we're into extra penalties in a sense, Chris. Here we go to number 6. Well struck by Campos. Composure, power. John Kovalevsky almost got to it. That pace and power just drove it through his fingertips into the goal.
Up next for the strikers, number 8, Pekka.
Got the sweet right foot. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to try to read Matt Van Oekel and see what he does.
And Pekka scores.
Again, he read Van Oekel well. Matt leaned to that left and just slided home the other spot. Watch Matt, he kind of leans to the left, just puts it away.
Aaron Pitchcolin, the next shooter for United.
Great drama, Chris. Very exciting stuff. I love always the atmosphere. I love the tension. That's why I enjoyed coaching. We won shootouts. We lost shootouts. The exhilaration and also the
and a save! And Fort Lauderdale wins on the road, and they play for the Soccer Bowl next week.
Oh, tough one for Minnesota, Chris. What a hard game they played. They fought so hard. And poor Captain Aaron's pitch goal, and he just didn't hit it with pace and just aimed it too much. And it's tough when you get down to that 6th shooter. But again, what a worker, what a leader he has been. You hate to see him miss it for the team that he's led so well. What a season for Minnesota, though. Fantastic season. And just to see it end like this is disappointing. And see, pitch just kind of aims it to the right of the keeper and just doesn't hit it hard enough. And he pace it easy to read. And great save by John Kovalevsky. I thought he was almost the player of the game for Fort Lauderdale. He came up with a couple key saves, big saves. Just what a team needs on the road to knock off the championship.
So Fort Lauderdale Strikers, they get the road win, and they will now go on the road to play either at San Antonio, New York, to play for the Soccer Bowl. For Buzz Lagos, Eric Nordquist, Ellen McNamara, Alan Willie, our entire crew, I'm Chris Lidom. Again, the final score. In penalties, Fort Lauderdale goes on to win. Thanks for watching. Good night, everyone.